I'm at a loss for words right now. Um, I have a lot of emotions running through me. It's been a very, very hard week for me this week. Um, but I'm going to try to do this message for anybody who knew Keith, loved Keith, was friends with Keith, was cool with Keith. Um, I wanted to make a message for anybody that loved Keith as much as I did, um, that need help with moving forward, so to speak. First of all, to introduce myself, my name is Daryl Stiles Jr. I am Keith's little brother. If anybody may have never seen me before or may have only seen me in pictures, um, yeah, Keith was my best friend. I moved away from Tennessee when I was like 14, 15, so I never got the privilege of spending my adulthood with him as much, but I did spend a lot of my childhood with him. And he was my best friend. He was everything. He was everything. Um, so I just wanted to get that out there first, who I am. Well, the first thing I want to get into is I'm making this video so that anyone out there who just wants, to celebrate my brother, that's what the whole premise of me making this video was for. I'm devastated, devastated. I've been crying all week, all day. Um, First found out about his passing Monday. Um, Today's Thursday. If whoever watches this at any point in history, that first day I don't even remember that Monday when I found out. Um, I was just in so much pain and grief and confusion and loss and just didn't know how to go, how to feel, um, or even what to say at that matter. But I was just, and I still am, just devastated. Um, Part of me just wants to sit in a room by myself and in the dark and just drink and just do anything I can do to numb the pain, but it won't change the reality. So the first couple of days, I couldn't talk. I just cried and I was in disbelief. And something special happened on the third day. I prayed, try to get some understanding and revelation from God. And if anybody knows Keith, he wouldn't want us to just be crying and moping around. He would want us to live for him, not sit in a state of depression and mourn over him. He would want us to live even more for him. So I was given two options. On one hand, I can just consume anything and everything that I can do to intoxicate myself and just go down a deeper hole of isolation and depression and loneliness. Or I can channel the essence of my brother, which is love and energy, and I can use that to spark a fire within myself to, you know what? I want to show love. I want to celebrate my brother. I want people to see all the good qualities of my brother. And that's the main reason I'm making this video. So, what we're going to go through is what I like to call, and I'm controlling all types of different TVs. So, if you see me look away, that's what's going on. But long story short, this is going to be the celebration of Keith. I love that dude, man. I love him. Now, to begin, we're going to have the stages of Keith. All right. So we're gonna get into the stages, from childhood to teenage to adulthood. just different stages of Keith, and I just want to give everybody my narration of the experience and the blessing and the privilege that it was to grow up under my brother and to watch him grow into a man, into a father. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I know part of me, before I get started with that, part of me wants to be selfish. Part of me is like, stay with me, man. Like you're my brother. Stay here. Stay with me. And I've fantasized about all type of ways of just keeping him here with me. Um, and it just brings me back to the reality of human existence. There will be a day where you have to transition. I don't like to use the word death and then pass away. I call it transition. So these are one of the moments that I've dreaded my whole life. Ironically, when I was a child, I forgot how I had the realization of humanity and mortality, that we all die. But when I was a kid and I first realized that everything that lives must die, first thing I thought about is, oh man, I'm gonna lose my brother. And it was devastating. I was devastated, just the thought of it. And I've dreaded this moment my entire life. I've dreaded it, but it's inevitable. And so, for my advice, if you guys been on Keith's timeline, you can see that because I did move to North Carolina when I was 14, 15, anytime I went back to Tennessee, I just wanted to record those moments just to have something to say back in Tennessee. I never thought how priceless those home videos would be in these moments. And it made me realize that life is short. It's unexpected, it's spontaneous. But do yourself the, a favor, capture those moments, like truly capture those moments. Photos are good, they're cute, that's nice, but videos of yourself and of your loved ones, you have no idea how priceless those videos will be the moment that either you or one of them pass. The moment my brother passed away, I just started. Thank God, this is probably the first time I've actually been thankful for Facebook because I uploaded a lot of my home videos years ago, like over a decade ago, and it was still there, and I was able to re-download them and save those moments. And I know when I was recording my brother during Christmas and times he would pick me up from the airport, you know, me or him never really thought how valuable these home videos would be, but when they pass away, it helps with the mourning. It's all you have to see them in real time, to see them talk and maneuver. Pictures don't talk, and as you get older, your memories will fade. So my advice is to capture those moments, record those moments, any moment and every moment. If you're just with your child or your parent or a brother, sister, a friend, anytime you're in any moment, don't think about how irrelevant the moment can be. Think about, you know what, is this something worth capturing? And record those moments. When I was going through my home videos of Keith, all I kept thinking is, man, I wish I had some more. And I wish I would have recorded him more. If I would have knew I was going to lose him this early, I would have recorded him doing everything. I'm talking about him making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Man, what you doing in there, bro? You end up making that old peanut butter jelly, huh? Pino Jello. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I would have recorded him taking a crap. I see him there dropping the kids off in the pool like yo, old cuz. You know what I'm saying? I just love my brother so much. I wish I would have recorded anything and everything because those moments is what will help you mourn if you lose somebody in those videos and your loved ones mourn if unfortunately you lose your life um through the time of life. So capture those moments. record everything. If you have to get you an external hard drive or get you a phone or something that has enough storage, do it, get you a some type of drive, whatever you have to do, upload it to Facebook and just turn the privacy on only me, so only you can see it, but do whatever you have to do to save any and every moment because you never know how valuable those moments will be when you or a loved one pass. Like those videos of my brother are priceless. When I was making it, it was on an old camera, horrible quality, and I didn't even edit all that well, but they're worth more than gold to me now. They're priceless. When I was editing it one, I almost accidentally deleted it and I almost had a panic attack, but thank God for you get 30 days in the recently deleted folder. So capture those moments. Like capture those moments. You never, never know just how valuable they will be. Okay. So that being said, if you know Keith, like I know Keith, he wouldn't want any of us to be dooming and glooming and depression and ready to just drink yourself drunk as a skunk. He would want us to celebrate, to turn up, to live, to laugh, and to have a good time in the celebration of my brother. So let's get started with the stages of Keith. The first stage that I want to get into is we're gonna get into Gerber baby Keith. That's what we're gonna get into. Let's get into Gerber baby Keith. Let's get into it. So going through all my pictures and my videos, one thing that I have noticed about my brother is that he is super photogenic. Like this man is so photogenic. He has all the qualities that I was not given when it comes to take pictures. So this is Gerber baby Keith in his little sailor outfit. He was always a happy baby. He was always a loving baby. He was always my favorite. He was just super cute. He was super cute. I don't even know where they got this sailor outfit from, but he's super cute in this one. Let's move on to something else. All right. So the next photo is going to be Mr. Photogenic. He was so cute. He on the phone, and I don't even know who he talking to. He ain't even hold the phone right. That boy knew how to take a picture. That boy knew how to take a picture. More than likely, it's probably Christmas because I see all the gifts and stuff. And this looked like where he was young enough to where I wouldn't have knew what I was doing with gifts. But yeah, he's on the phone all backwards. Hey, that boy know how to take some pictures. He knew how to take some pictures. All right. All right. So this next photo is gonna be more pictures of Keith on Christmas. Keith, one of Keith's favorite holidays was Christmas. He loved tradition, he loved family, he loved having fun, he loved everything about Christmas. It was some of the best times of his life. He really, really, really enjoyed it. And then I came in to the picture, and I know most people think, older siblings, oh, they hate their younger siblings. Keith was the complete opposite, man. He loved it when I came into the picture. He couldn't get enough of me. I don't know what outfit we had on. I don't know if he's holding me up or what, but Keith was so happy, man, when I came into the world. He was a happy dude, man. He loved his little brother, man, and that was everything. This is probably one of my favorite pictures right here. Probably one of my favorites. This is another picture of us. You see him, you see, look at that. You see, who does this? You see how he had to hold his chin? That boy has that boy had game, and then he had game. As early as I can remember, didn't even know. These my aunties in the back. But look at him with the pose, and I'm sitting there looking like, what am I doing? I'm sitting there looking like, huh? Like I'm ready to go get some cookies or something. But yeah, he loved. You see the way he looked at me? I was a chunky monkeys. I was a chunky's monkeys. I looked like I was going after a cookie or two, but you can see the happiness in his face. He doesn't look like, oh, I can't stand him with jealousy. Man, he was so happy, man. My brother, man, he loved me, man. I could tell, man, just by his facial expressions in the pictures. I could tell, and I love him just as much. Oh man, he was such a happy kid. He was such a happy kid. All he did was smile. He was so happy as a kid. Oh yeah, he was so happy. You know, happy kid, happy kid, happy kid. Now, one of the next ones I wanted to show, as you can see the way I looked at him, I was happy. Now, as you can see, now as you can see the way I looked at him, or I may have been looking up at somebody else. I don't know. But that boy always poses like at him with the biting of the lip. Who teaches you how to bite your lip at a baby? Only Keith. Only Keith, man. That boy is so photogenic. It is ridiculous. Obviously, it must have been Easter. And from the looks of it, it looked like he must have took some of my candy because he looked like he got way more candy than I did. But I digress. I was a baby. I couldn't do nothing about it. I was a baby with some big old whole thing, chunky legs. I was eating good. Let's put it like that. I ain't miss no meals around here. All right. This is another picture. Look at me. I don't know what kind of outfit I got on or what he had on. This is in the 80s, early 90s. Oh yeah. Chief loved pictures, man. He loved to smile. Every time a camera came on, I always look lost. Huh? Keith, on the other hand, that boy lived for the camera. He lived for the camera. I love it. Now is this is the picture Keith actually had in his wallet. Matter of fact, it's the only picture he had in his wallet. And for a brother living in a different state, man, not having the pleasure of spending time with him as an adult, for him to have this picture in his wallet meant everything to me. It meant everything to me. But well, the only thing I couldn't understand is why my knees are so black. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you didn't know, I was Brother Darkness. Oh yeah, I was definitely Brother Darkness for sure. Oh, look at him, man. My brother he was so handsome with the high top. I guess that's what it was. And I was Snaggles and Raggles. They called me Snaggletooth McGee. Oh, obviously I must have been wearing his vest because it came all the way down to my pelvis. So King was such a handsome little dude, man. That dude was handsome, right? It was hard. You just don't know. I'm gonna get into it as we move on. to the different chapters of Keith. But this is when I started to realize uh, it is going to be hard to get some attention when you have such a cool older brother. And when I say Keith was cool. And I was such a fan of Keith because he could draw. He was left-handed. He had beautiful handwriting. And, he's just so artistic. And he can dance, especially back in the day. He was everything. He was everything. And I had on a church vest. Mm. I'm assuming I had a tooth is missing. But yeah, I love this picture. This is what I would call pre-teen Keith. This is when Keith starts to become a teen, and I start to become a troll. And yeah, and as far as our attraction, he glowed up, and I blacked out. Not not literally. I for these pictures, I must have stayed in the sun all of the time. So every time I see my pictures, I just darkness, brother, darkness. But my brother was so handsome, man. He knew how to take a picture, man. That boy, man, he could have been modeling if he would have knew better. That boy know how to take some pictures, man. Yes, he did. Now this is when it starts to get scary for me. Now we're gonna be going into some embarrassing moments. Only because I love my brother more than myself at this time. I am willing to humiliate myself with these old pictures of me looking horrible. But if it will bring a laugh to somebody, then it is all worth it because at the end of the day, I just want to celebrate. So this is my little brother Jam, and this is my brother Keith. And then for some reason, I can never understand why I had to come out blacker than them two. I don't know. It is what it is. Now it's blacker the bird, sweeter the juice. But back then, I was just brother darkness. Hmm. Just plain old brother darkness. And this is when it gets embarrassing. Embarrassment number one. First of all, you can see, look at Mr. Handsome, Mr. Photogenic. With the hand on the chest. He was so cool way before his time. While he's looking cool, I'm over here looking like Earl the Squirrel, Leave It to Beaver. All this, mm, goofiness. But of course, Keith is always just as. That's my mother back there looking cool. That's my brother down there with the snaggles. All of them for Christmas for Keith. But Keith was cool and for school. He was the coolest. What happened to me? This is when I went through troubling times. I think I have on his feelers. I don't know why I tucked in my shirt or why it's green and black and why I have on a blue jacket. I have no idea. And why I'm wearing my mama's glasses. I don't know. Let's just say is I know people who's looking at me now when I first came on, like, oh wow, he's handsome. That just happened recently. Because as you can see from Exhibit A, exhibit, I look like I could have smashed 2 carrots. Why would they do this to me? These are pictures. These are pictures that if it wasn't for my brother passing, they could have what they could have sent these pictures away, and I would have never cared. So, of course, I look extremely goofy, and my brother once again is Mr. Photogenic. So, this is just a pattern at this point. Mhm. Yeah, this is what we call a pattern. Moving on. Moving on. I got to brace yourselves for this picture because I had to brace myself. We about to look at literally the goofiest picture I have ever took in my life. And whoever took this picture, you didn't care nothing about me. You didn't care that about my future. And you didn't care that about me ever finding a spouse because this is the goofiest picture I have ever took, ever, ever. I had to look at it like, if that came from me, that was me. So brace yourself. And by all means, have a laugh. It's okay. First of all, let's just embrace the handsomeness of my older brother Keith. Of course, he's looking handsome as ever. Is my baby cousin Kyra, and of course, he's looking handsome. This man, this is when I started to realize he can't never come around me anytime I like a girl because me liking a girl and then they meet my brother, they no longer like me. So I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened to my jaw. I don't know why I had on somebody's uncle's glass. But this don't make no. And I felt like this picture was not taken for this moment. For, it was taken for this moment for Keith, but future wise, it was taking this moment for me, so that we can all sit back and look at the goofy troll called the younger me. When I saw this picture, I almost wanted. Let me. This is a little Marvel reference because I know Keith loves comic books and stuff like that. I wish I almost had one of those Infinity Stones, so I could have went back in time, found this goofball, and said, "What are you doing, sir? What are you doing? What happened? What are you doing?" Like I said, I didn't handsome attractiveness didn't find me until my late 20s, 30s. I definitely was a late bloomer. Mhm. Definitely was a late bloomer. Definitely started out. And look, he's just looking as good as he could be, and I'm over here like this. See, this is before they ever created cropping, because this would have been a perfect crop. My ooh, please crop me out. It's almost like I wasn't even supposed to be in the picture. But Keith looking good like always, always looking good, always looking good. So anytime somebody want, can I meet your brother? No, no. But I heard your brother was nice. I don't want you to see him because once you see him, you'll no longer see me. It was so hard growing up behind Keith. As you can see, I've never dated anybody for a long time. Matter of fact, I don't even think I've ever really had anything real. It was hard. It was hard to even get a glimpse of anything when your brother's GQ teenage smooth, and I'm over here looking like I'm over here looking like I'm about to fight. Okay, okay, okay. Get off your cell. All right, that's enough, sir. I'm about to start crying because how goofy I look. Okay, all right, all right. So moving on to the next picture. The next picture I want to go over. Let's look at now. This next picture, you about to see. You about to see why this next picture is why we. This is going to be the stage of LL Cool Keith, like LL Cool J. Now this is going to be LL Cool Keith. This is when Keith hit his all-time peak of attractiveness, and I never had a chance. It made me sick to see how attractive he was. You think I'm lying? You think I'm lying? Okay. They don't understand why. They think I'm exaggerating. Get this dude. Get this dude. GQ. This is when he had the ball head. This is what he was, aka Tyrese, aka LL Smooth K. Man, when Keith looked like this, is what I'm trying to tell you. Keith was the man. Keith was so popular, man. He was so popular. Every female friend that I have, Is your brother there? Is your brother home? Is your brother? It tormented my teenage life having a brother this attractive, this attractive. He was super attractive. I actually carried this picture in my wallet, and I would show when a girl would be like, "I mean, you okay? But you see my brother? But my brother's super handsome." And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, when y'all coming over, when y'all coming over, when no never you, when you bringing your brother over. So yeah, this is what Keith knew he was fine. Look at him. He knew he was handsome. Look at them eyes. Keith, when Keith looked like this, I'm telling you, any female he liked, them draws was sliding off mighty swiftly. This is when Keith was snatching draws. This is when Keith was on one. This is when he was on one. He knew he was fine. I couldn't even talk to him no more. This is when I didn't even want to be bothered with him. I couldn't even hang out with him no more because he was just too handsome and superstarish. It was just too much for me. I wouldn't have a shot. Go to the skating ring with my brother. Who that dude? Mm-mm. That dude? Well, your brother. He's with his girlfriend. Why you so worried about my brother? I mean, he is 4 years older than me, so why would he want you? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm just reliving some of the traumas that I've had to go through as a kid, dealing with LL Cool K or Cool Key. That dude was too handsome, man. Let's go through some more pictures. I'm actually having fun with this. This is actually therapeutic for me. Let's start going through the exhibits of what happened. I couldn't really hang out with my brother for too long, too much. So these are the points. As you can see, he's still Tyrese fine. He still got he still had the slick ball, and I had on a purple shirt with a red do rag. There you go. Still couldn't match, even in my teenage years, and couldn't compete with him, man. Couldn't compete with him, man. He was too cool. See, this is for the newer generation. See, we from the generation where the cooler you were, the bigger your clothes were, the cooler you were. If you was to ever wear a shirt where you could see the print of your body, we would call that shirt young, medium. We would think that you had on your little brother shirt. We would think that you had on. We would think that your shirt had been in the dryer too long. You could never in my generation when I was growing up, no. We all dressed like straight bone thugs. No, I mean you got the bigger the clothes, the cooler you were. So obviously we got on triple X t-shirts. And we was the coolest could be. That's my dude. That's my dude. Oh man. Yeah, cool kid. All right. Let's go back over some more pictures. So this is where we start to get into what I like to call Army Keith. So this is gonna be about Army Keith. This is when Keith was cooler than a fan. Cooler than a fan, cooler than a fan. Why? And this is why he was cool. And this is when he came back looking like that. He came back with abs. I've lived with him my whole life at that time, and I never seen him with abs. I actually had to take a picture of him. I think I took this picture of him. I said, bro, you got all take a picture. So we in the living room doing a whole model set, and he's got on his his beach shorts as if we on the beach, but we was actually just in my mama's living room. We was in my mama's living room, and he's modeling for me because I was just so impressed that his body looked like that and mine didn't. But this is what Keith was at his all top, man. He was my dude. He was my dude. I loved him so much, man. You couldn't tell him nothing at this point. At this point, you couldn't tell him nothing. At this point, you couldn't tell him nothing. I still had to, at this point, I had to hide all my girlfriends. I had to hide friends. He's your brother? No. Why do you keep asking about my brother? I could never want to bring him around, not because I didn't want him to be a part of my life, my teenage years, but man, dude, I can't compete with that. I can't. So these are just the different stages of Keith, and I wanted to come on here and celebrate with you guys. I wanted to come on here and celebrate with you guys. So, um, all I can say is that I wanted to express my pain in a constructive manner, beyond just drinking and smoking and just being depressed and crying. And so, I wanted to use um, the gift of being able to do videos and make one for my brother and for my friends and family, his friends, and anybody who ever loved him or liked him or knew him, and just want to celebrate. It'll never get easier. Um, it won't ever get better, as far as how I feel. But I want everybody to use this opportunity to tell everybody in your life that you love them. Tell anybody, everybody, and anybody that you appreciate them. If anybody means something to you, tell them. The only thing that helped me get to this point now without truly just going into a deep depression is that me and Keith, especially in his final days, we were tight. Um, we were open with telling each other how much we loved each other. Um, we were connected on PlayStation, and he's still on my Netflix and Disney account. So I would always know when he's watching movies and stuff like that. And yeah, this. I wish I could turn on. If you know my brother, he's a gamer. He loved games. He loved it. He loved it. And I wish I could turn on my PlayStation and see that he was online. How much I would give to play all his little games, and how much what I would give to talk to him about all his corny shows that he loved. Keith was just a big kid at heart, man. He was a big kid at heart. He loved to love, man. He loved to celebrate. He loved family. He was the most loyal person that I know. Keith would drop you in a heartbeat. I never had to worry about anything as a child because if you even looked at me wrong, Keith wouldn't even he would just drop you. I think when I was a teenager, there was one guy when he was a little kid, whatever. We both kids, we were playing around, and he's playing around, and he punched me. Not even really hard. He just kind of just tapped me. And Keith cold cocked the kid. Now, me and Keith are 4 years apart. So the kid was my age, maybe 10, 9, and Keith was maybe 14, 15, and he pop, he dropped him for hitting me. And those are the moments that mm, those are the moments that I'm always going to cherish. Not him punching somebody for obvious reasons, but he's so loyal, man. He won't hesitate to defend you. He won't hesitate to fight for you. He was my dude, man. He was my best friend, man, and I love him. And I'm always gonna love him. And and I thank everybody for posting pictures and reaching out to me and my family, to let me know and let us know how much you miss them. It means everything to us, and thank you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you. It's not easy now. It'll never get easy, but use that pain and use it for good. Some of the takeaways from this moment, especially from this video, is to appreciate your life, to appreciate the life of your loved ones and your friends, to tell them you love them, to tell them that you appreciate them, and to record everything. Just record it. It may seem stupid now, it may seem frivolous and irrelevant, but there will be a day. It may seem petty, but there will be a day when you or your loved ones will go back and look at videos of moments that you capture in history that will be priceless. Those videos I took of Keith are priceless. And so make sure you capture your own priceless moments and spread love and joy, and let's celebrate Keith's life together. Even if I don't know you, I love you all. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and God bless you all. And I love you, Keith. I'll see you when I get there.